like most of the country. It's a very cold day. We are somewhat cold here. Oklahoma. Today I'm going to put together a scrapbook page of a weekend trip I took to French Lick, Indiana. We got to ride the French Lick Scenic Railway there and also look at the West Eden Springs Hotel. I went with some family friends. I've done something unique on this spread in that I wanted to document with a title where I was, but I didn't have any ephemera really to do that well. So I actually used my Cricut machine and used the right pen function and created these two title pieces that you can see at the top of these pages. This one is on the full 12 by 12. This one I'm actually going to cut down and then put on another background paper just to create a little bit more interest onto the page. So I'm going to start with this side. This is a ticket from the train. You can see that I have bordered that on a solid green. It's about the same color as the background, but it just creates a little bit more depth. And then I also cut out, using my Cricut machine, this template of the train that looks pretty close to the one we were on. I did this in green because the train itself was green and the interior of the train was green. So this is a full 12 by 12. I'm going to set that here near the bottom of the page and put all of my pictures right next to each other on the layout. You know, a 4 by 6 photograph, 3 can fit if you're putting them in portrait style, 2 can fit on a 12 by 12 if you're doing them in landscape. So I'm going to go ahead and place the 2 pieces of ephemera first so that I can then center the pictures in between them. There we go. The bottom one. I am going to leave a little bit of the background paper showing at the bottom. It just helps to tie the color together of the page. There we go. Again, my cut photograph so that I'll be able to press the photos down without using my finger tips and leaving fingerprints on the photographs. Now I am going to move these over a bit and make sure that I'm getting this right on the edge. There we go. At equidistance from the 2 pieces of ephemera. Do on these work from one side to the other just in case they're a little bit off. It makes it easier to trim an edge than to try and figure out cutting the photograph that's in the middle. So, there we go. Yeah, you can see there's a little bit of an edge there, and I think that's alright. I'm just going to leave that. So, there's one part of the spread. I am going to use a square pattern here. I don't have anything to go in the middle, but I think that that's going to be okay. And usually, I would put all these pictures on the edge, but I need to trim this based on the writing up there. So I'm going to try and place these as close as possible. Get it as square as I can. It's a little more difficult than usual. There we go. I think it's pretty square. If I can get one down, I can build the others off of that. So, without moving the other ones that are in place, there we go. There we go. This is the inside of West Baden Spring Hotel. It used to be a very popular hotel. I think it is still popular, very expensive, very fancy inside, kind of a go back in time kind of experience. These were all built around hot springs that were near. Now, so that I can put this on this background paper, I need to trim this down, and I have my Fiskars circle cutter here, and I am going to get this in pretty close because this color we have a lot on the other page, so I can do it thinly. I'll save these edges and maybe use them as a border in some other project at some point. And then I'm also going to cut the bottom, and there we go. That'll allow it to be placed on this background paper so that the background paper shows all around. Just got to figure out where the location is going to be. There you go. You can kind of see that. All right. You can see here on the back a little bit how the ink has come through the paper as part of the printing. I always try and put these down at an angle like this. That way, if you need to reposition it, you can do that without it sticking to the paper too much. Okay, there we go. Again, use this to press this down. I may end up trying to put something here in the middle, but for now I like that color is showing across. So there we go. French Lick, Indiana. If you're in the area, I'd say it's a great place to visit sometime. Take care. I'll be trying to do a couple of these videos today, so maybe see you a couple more times.